What is up, YouTube? Let's hit this PuddlesA1 here, and I am bringing you another narrated Wi-Fi battle. Today, guys, got a UU match against CarlosXSTT. He's a guy I met on the Smoking server, and looking at his team, I know I'm going to have a hard time because he does have the UMBREON and GLIGAR defensive core. He has what is most likely a Rain Dance Kingdra. He has a Mew and a Victini, both base 100 stat Pokemon, and a Raikou, which will most definitely outspeed my team, and hopefully it's not Sub-Calm Mind, or else I'll have a huge problem with it. But I want to first go off and mention that I do have a channel update video. If you guys haven't seen it, please stick around to the end of the video now, and there will be a link to it. Anyway, double side note, I do actually have my Zoroark disguised as my Cofagrigus on the first turn, which is pretty cool. So even if I don't get all the way through and have it set up and stuff, at least you guys got to see the idea. So here we go. My opponent's going to be leading off with the Raikou, as I decided to lead off with my Zoroark, which is actually my Cofagrigus, but it's actually my Zoroark. But my opponent doesn't know that. Shh. So, I decided to switch out here. I don't want to take a Thunderbolt. I don't want to take whatever this guy has. So I switch out and go into my Registeel as he decides to go for Substitute. So I was like, great. Now he's Sub-Calm Mind. I'm going to lose. But he doesn't have Leftovers, which should have struck me as odd. But he goes for the Electric Gem Boosted Thunderbolt, which doesn't do anything. And then he gets the Paralysis, which is like, awesome. Even harder times for me to try and beat this team. So I do manage to get a Seismic Toss off and break his sub, which is really nice. He's going to switch out here and go into his Gligar for, I don't even know why. I go for the Seismic Toss. I'm going to do 100 damage. I know that Gligars have, what is it, 340 something, like HP. So what I'm going to try and do is keep hitting it. I know it's going to take 4 Seismic Tosses to take it out, but he gets his rocks up, and then I know he's going to want to go for Roost here, so I switch out and go into my Cofagrigus, because I know when he sees my Cofagrigus out here, he's going to want to Toxic it, which means I can either get a knockoff off or get a Will-O-Wisp off. So I decided to go for knockoff just because in the long run it seemed better. And he does go for the Toxic, which is really awesome. I made a really good prediction there. And now I get a knockoff, and I get rid of his Violite, which is going to be a lot easier to take out this Gligar now. So what I decided to do here is go for the Will-O-Wisp, predicting him to switch out. But he actually stays in, goes for the double Toxic, which isn't that bad of a play. But if I'm trying to deal with this Gligar, I most definitely would have just went back into my Registeel, because I know I can take hits from this thing most definitely now, which is exactly what I'm doing now. I'm going to switch out, go into my Registeel, because I know I can just go for Seismic Tosses, take Earthquakes from this guy all day, because he really can't hit me. He's already set up rocks. Roost isn't really going to be that effective now that he's burned, and Toxic doesn't affect me. So I already said that. And Earthquake isn't going to do much, or whatever. I don't know what I said, but he goes for Earthquake here, doesn't do much. I get paralyzed, so I was like, awesome, because I'm just trying to get my rocks up at this point, because he does have the Victini, and I don't want it to come in for free all the time. So he goes for Stealth Rock here, not sure why, but I go for Stealth Rock on my own. Of course, I'm going to get paralyzed again, and then on this turn, I'm like, please, just let me get my rocks up, just please let me get my rocks up. And I figured he'd go for Roost here, but he doesn't. He goes for Earthquake, and that's really going to be balls later on, as I do get my rocks up here, and then on this turn, I predict him to go for Roost, because I do have my rocks up. He probably doesn't want to take a Seismic Toss again, because he will die, and I do just go out in my Meloetta here, and because I figure he's going to want to just Roost, I can get another a Calm Mind setup, and in hopes that he's going to want to Roost again, because he wants this thing to stay alive, apparently is why he's been in here for half the length of this video. And I go for the Calm Mind, but he goes for the Toxic, makes the better play here, realizes finally that his Gligar is not of use to him in the slightest bit, and instead of saving it, he just lets it die to a Psychic. And it just took him so long. I don't know why he let this drag on, but it was such balls to just deal with it. But I do have a +1 Meloetta, which is pretty cool. And he goes into Victini here. I'm figuring his Choice Scarf. I should be able to take a U-turn, but he does go for the U-turn, and it takes me out. Now, in the back of my head, I'm like, this thing's banded. It's got to be banded. Like, Choice Scarf, Jolly Natured, Unstabbed damage should not have taken out my Meloetta. So I'm thinking that that thing's banded. As he just goes out into his Raikou now, or Raikou. Friggin', I don't even know. But I go out into my Registeel knowing I can take a Thunderbolt and go for a Seismic Tossing, and the chances he wants to go for a Substitute. But he does just go for the Thunderbolt, and he takes me down to a really low amount of HP. I get paralyzed, and then I go for Seismic Toss. Had I gotten off 2 Seismic Tosses, it would have been a lot nicer, because he would have been at a lot easier kill range, I guess, but I still would have had to go out into my Azumarill to take him out. But he takes out my Registeel here. Really unfortunate, so now I'm kind of in a bind, because I don't know if I can take out the Umbreon without my my wall guy. So without seismic tosses, like consistently. So I do just go for an Aqua Jet as he brings in this Mew. I'm going to go for another Aqua Jet, predicting a Sucker Punch, but he doesn't go for it. And I do over half, so I was like, okay, cool, 2-hit KO. I figured that was min damage because look at that. That's barely a 2-hit KO. He goes for Zen Headbutt, doesn't do too much, goes for Sucker Punch, does even less because it's unstabbed. I go for the Aqua Jet, don't take it out, and he lives with a respectable amount of red HP, which is like, are you freaking kidding me? I know he's going to go for Sucker Punch here. I switch out and go into my Cofagrigus, but it's actually my Zoroark, and since he doesn't remember he Toxic my Cofagrigus, I can go for the Nasty Plot as he goes for the Zen Headbutt, predicting me to go for like whatever kind of move, but he doesn't know I'm the Zoroark as I go for the Dark Pulse. He's going to go for the Sucker Punch, break my illusion, and now it's pretty much like game over because he has nothing that can really take it, and then I remember he has Umbreon, so I was like, freaking great. So I go for the Focus Blast as I miss. He goes for Wish. And on this next turn, I'm going to go for Nasty Plot, predicting him to go for a Protect, and he's going to go for Toxic and miss it. Now, I'm going to explain why this doesn't matter. Had I hit the Focus Blast, then it would have brought him down to about half, where he would have needed to Protect, and then I would have gotten my Nasty Plot off anyway, and he would have been back to full HP. Now, him missing the Toxic is the same as me missing the Focus Blast, because it just cancels out like the turn before. He would have been at full HP at the end of that turn anyway. So, I go for the Dark Pulse here on his Victini to catch up, and he's not Choice Scarf. Like I figured, he's Choice Banded, so I was like, awesome. I'm so glad I stayed in here, because I almost switched out, but I was like, no, he's got to be Choice Banded, because why else would he take out my Meloetta? But he goes onto his Kingdra here, a +4 stab, Life 4 boosted Dark Pulse will be more than enough to take out this Kingdra, and I come out with the very, very narrow 4-0. I say it's narrow just because that Kingdra and Umbreon and Victini had potential to just destroy my entire team from like what was left, and yeah, so that was really close, to be honest. Had I not gotten to set up to +4 with my Zoroark, I'm not sure how easy it would have been for me to get through that team. But hey, that's a good game, CarlosXSTT. Hope you guys enjoyed. For those of you that haven't seen my channel update, go ahead and click A1's videos. It'll take you to the channel update. Hopefully you guys watch it. It's only like 4.5 minutes to 5 minutes long. It's not that long at all. If you guys want, go ahead and click my Cofagrigus to see my last video. Click my Zoroark to see click my Zoroark to see my last video. What is happening? Click my Zoroark to see my next video when I upload it. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Tumblr, add me on Skype. PuddlesA1 is the name throughout all that. Hopefully you guys want to battle me. Please hit me up on one of those social networking sites to get my battle information. We can get it on. I have already battled some people, which is pretty cool. If you guys want to battle, please hit me up. Thank you guys for watching again. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are having a great night. Peace, love, and later, Gators.